Hey, what is up guys, and welcome for a new video for Godfall. Today Gearbox and Counterplay Games have released the full patch notes for the upcoming Exalted update. We got a look at the new game modes, all the combat changes and additions, quality of life improvements, as well as a few new interesting reworks. Let's go over everything that they showed off. I will leave a link to the patch notes if you're wanting to check it out yourself. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future Godfall content. With that, let's get right into the patch notes. They once again in the notes go over the new Valorplate Shards. At this point, we already have all the information that we need on them, but just in case you're not sure, the Valorplate Shards are a new set of powerful abilities that can transform the combat experience in unique ways. Each Valorplate has been enhanced with 4 Valorplate Shards that can be unlocked by completing various objectives while wearing it, such as defeating a specific boss or reaching a specific floor in the Exalted Tower trials. Once unlocked, players can equip up to 2 shards at a time and gain access to powerful new modifiers on their abilities. Each of the Valorplates will also gain passive abilities as it reaches Ascended and Exalted status. Then we get our first look and details on the Exalted Tower trials. Exalted Tower trials is a series of the most challenging encounters in Godfall. In these towers you'll get no boons or bangs, it'll just be your best build versus 10 floors. So these new towers only go up to 10 floors, unlike the Ascended towers which go for 30. There's also new loot that can be exclusive to the Exalted Tower trials, which are the triple primary weapons. We can even earn cursed, primal items and dual primary augments in this Exalted Tower as well. Also, you can see in the reveal of the tower, Greyhawk opens a door that says primal item. Now we can get guaranteed doors that give you primal gear, which is so amazing. Also, I was so right in my previous video stating that it won't be just mid bosses that will spawn together, but the real end bosses as well. You can see that Solaris and Runara both spawned into the room. I really wonder if they can spawn more than 2 bosses as well later in the tower. This will be a real challenge and I can't wait to get into it. Here's the first look at the brand new Spirit Realm mode.
Zamora lies defeated, but her chained spirit still serves Macros. Use your spirit vision to reveal Zamora's influence on the realm. Bring the souls of the defeated to their final rest and unearth hidden treasures. What other secrets are hidden here? It's time to banish Zamora and free the Earth Realm once and for all.
The Spirit Realms are a new game mode in which the barrier between the material and the spirit planes have been weakened to the point where Valarians can pass between them at will. Spirit Vision will now cause the players to shift back and forth between these planes. This mechanic changes the approach to both combat and exploration. While you're out and about and exploring the realms, you'll encounter enemies that exist in either the physical or the spirit realm and can only be damaged while you're in that plane. Players will have to shift back and forth between these planes to kill all the enemies. You can see in the video here that the enemies are either in the physical or the spirit realm. We will now have to switch back and forth between these 2 planes, and I'm sure it will get very challenging if bosses and other enemies both spawn in different planes. Defeating these enemies in the material or the spirit planes will cause them to drop souls that can be used in various ways. Soul altars can be activated to trigger challenging encounters that drop Elder Souls upon completion. Shards of Macros can be activated to release Macros memories and gain powerful boons. And then Spirit Gates will allow you to quickly teleport around the realm. You will need to complete soul altars in order to move forward in this mode. Once you collect enough of these Elder Souls from these altars, you'll get access to the Elder Gate. The Elder Gate leads to an epic final showdown with the realm's boss up high in the sky. The bosses in the Spirit Realm have been reworked. All bosses featured in the Spirit Realms have been updated with new mechanics, allowing them to fight across both the material and the spirit plane in exciting new ways. So I'm guessing the boss can at any point switch between physical and spirit planes. Sounds very interesting, and I would really like to know if they got some new attacks or abilities that they can use as well. These realm fights will also work in loops. You can either fight the realm boss once or multiple times until the loop is finished. The realm will loop several times before it is completed, increasing in both difficulty and rewards with each loop. Either stay and complete all realm loops for the biggest reward, or drop out at any time and keep the rewards you have gotten so far. Sounds just like the recent Lightbringer mode, where it's up to the player when they feel they should stop, either with just 1 dark tier or 3 dark tiers. Whereas in this it will be either fight the boss once or multiple times if you're up for it. Once the realm boss is defeated, it will drop rewards, including a new type of loot, dual primary augments. The type and amount of dual primary augments it will drop is influenced by the power and affinity of the Elder Souls used to charge the Elder Gate. So I think the more souls you use to charge up the gate, the more rewards you will earn. That's all we know about the Spirit Realm game mode. I'm sure you'll be able to freely visit all the realms, Earth, Fire, Water and Air, which will have the bosses you faced in those realms throughout the story. Then the notes go over some story changes to make the campaign more engaging. I won't go over everything as people will want to check out the campaign themselves, and I don't want to spoil any of it for the new Xbox players that might be joining us. But they do mention that new cinematics have been added throughout the main story, so new cutscenes is always good to get. Then we got some fancy new cosmetics we can aim to collect. You will get 12 Exalted Valorplate cosmetics, which you will receive when all the shards for the Valorplate are fully upgraded, 4 new cosmetics for each weapon type, 5 new shield cosmetics, and 5 new banner cosmetics. You can also check out these new cosmetics in the updated cosmetics viewer. Some of the existing cosmetics have received some new visual effects to make them more exciting. Now I am curious about something. A lot of things that were shown off in some of the Valorplate highlights did feature some weapons that we have not seen in the game. Now were those weapons new or were they just the old weapons with skins on them? We will have to wait and see if the Spirit Realm offers any actual new loot or any other game mode as well. Now the biggest thing that they have added into the game is the inventory sorting and filtering. Thank goodness this is finally in the game. The extent of this is super amazing and you can pinpoint to any piece of gear without having to go through the entire collection. I'm super excited for this as now I don't have to spend half my time just trying to find the weapon or item that I need. This is a welcome addition as most of the community has been asking for this to be implemented for a long time. A player revive system has been added for co-op. Players will now enter a down state upon reaching 0% health, rather than immediately dying, respawning and automatically consuming one of the limited lives. Downed players will now slowly bleed out and will die after a certain amount of time if they are not revived. Revived players will get back into the fight with 50% health, and reviving a teammate will consume 1 lifestone charge. Reviving players will not count as the game mode life counter. This is also a good addition if you like to play online or with friends. Quite a few combat changes and improvements have been added as well. The main improvement, or rather good quality of life change, is some of the more punishing banes in the Ascended Tower trials. They have been updated to enable more reasonable counterplay from the player. The Lifestone Disabled Bane now reduces health recovery by 50%. The Banner Disabled Bane is now going to reduce banner duration by 50%. And the Archon Fury Disabled Bane now reduces Archon Fury charge speed by 50%. This is actually very much needed, as before some of your builds will be totally redundant if you enter a room with one of these Banes. Just taking the Banner Disabled example right now, a lot of the new Valorplate Shards do have effects that proc when you use banners. If these Banes were still there and it said banner is disabled, you will lose your banner as well as your Valorplate Shard. It would be like your whole build is useless on this floor. So this change was really needed. Then we got some combat attack changes, all of which are very good additions. So let's take a look at the more important combat changes that they mention. Weapon techniques for all weapons can now be used to initiate brand new timing attacks after reaching level 5 in the weapon technique skills. This adds all new timing attacks for every single weapon type. Then another good change is the hitbox for the Warhammer's Northern technique has also been improved so that enemies are also hit during the wind-up animation. This actually makes it viable to use the Northern technique if you find yourself surrounded. As of right now, it's just the final hit that does damage. Now as soon as you start the attack, the whole area around you will take damage. Here is the big one. Level 5 in the Element skill node will now cause Spinning Blast and Shield Bash to consume elements. This makes consuming elements so much more easier and an actual reason to use those moves. Shield Bash only costs 25% of your shield charge, so you can use it pretty often. A new knockdown recovery system has been added, wherein level 2 in the Phoenix skill will now unlock quick recovery, a new ability that enables the player to pop back up from a knockdown state more quickly to escape further damage. Sounds very good. Now for the big one is the balance changes. Yes people, we got nerfs. Nothing too major, but here is what was said. To ensure a balanced combat experience and to reduce the need for certain must-have items, we have made the following balance changes. Ailments will now deal 20% less damage. Honestly, that really is not a problem at all. Overhealth retention traits have been reduced by approximately 25 to 50%. I never used overhealth retention. Overhealth gained is a much stronger trait than retention. The big one is the Lion Talisman Legendary Charm. It's actually an epic charm which you have to then upgrade to a legendary, or maybe they changed the charm to be a legendary now, but the effectiveness has been reduced by approximately 50%. This is the real nerf. As of right now, 90% of all builds will use the Lion's Talisman and it's just that good. Weapon techniques in general are just so good. Any build you would make will always feel inferior if you didn't use the Lion Talisman. Dropping the chance power by 50% won't be too much of a bother, but it will still stop the ability to constantly spam the longsword's Northern technique to get full invincibility. Then we just got a whole heap of bug fixes. That is all we got with these patch notes, the important thing being the new inventory management system, as it was so much needed for this game. When you have thousands of items, it will just make it a hell of a lot easier to find what you're looking for. The Exalted Towers having doors which guarantee cursed or primal items is a huge. Now this will be the best place to farm for primal gear. Spirit Realm didn't get shown off too much, but we still haven't seen much of it in action. Only thing we know is how the mod will play out. What sort of modifiers or booms we can receive is still up in the air, and how the bosses will also play out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. The update will go live on April 7th, 11 AM Central Time, so just under 2 days away. Are you guys excited for everything that is to come in this update? Let me know. I will catch you all next time.